Hello YouTube. So in this video, I'll be going over every single card in set 1. So in set 1, we have 16 neutral card and 26 card from every class. So we'll go through them one by one. So I'll be going through neutrals first. So first we have Indomitable Fighter. Enhance for give this follower +3/+3. So this is playable on turn 4. So basically, this is like a 2/2 or a 4/5/5. It's not bad, but turn 4, if you go second, you can already evolve. So this is not a very good card in that sense. Next is Leia, Bellringer Angel. A lot of people call this Ding Dong because of the massive bell that she carries. So she has Ward and last word, draw a card. So and then you can evolve her to draw a card. So the point, like people, what you want her for is you drop her down, you force your opponent to attack into her, so you're stalling for like a turn, and then when she get destroyed, you draw a card. You will rarely like ever evolve her, like you can evolve her, but usually you want to save your evolve points or something better. But this is like a stall card that also give you a +1 draw. So this is technically a +1 in card economy. It just so happened that she she's a 0/2. Like she doesn't do damage. She's just there to stall and like gain you resources. She's good, but I'm not sure how good she is because of like the next card we have, like Ruby, Greedy Cherub. So Fanfare, if you play it from hand, you select a card in your hand and return it to your deck, and after that you draw a card. So whereas Bellringer Angel is like a +1 and actual +1, this is a net even because you lose one card and then you draw one card. However, she is a 2 cost 2/2. So she does have an actual attack, so she can actually attack things. So in that sense, both Bellringer Angel and Ruby, Greedy Cherub, is basically they amount to the same amount of like card economy essentially. She gives you a +1, but she herself will not do damage. She so in that sense, like you're basically trading one card that does nothing just to like draw another card, or you can drop down this card that sure she doesn't plus you, but she also can do damage. And besides, with this ability, you can just like let's say this is early game, turn 2, you have like a 10 cost card, you just put it back to your deck and draw something else. She's good. Uh which one is better? It probably depends. Something like Haven might want this more, but something like Sword might want this more. So it depends on like what deck you're going for. This is more of a stall card. This is more of a don't not losing tempo card. More of a tempo card, yeah. And then this is Feudal Lionheart Ward. Evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and destroy it. This is a very powerful effect. Just a 2 cost evolve and destroy something. So if your deck doesn't have a lot of like good evolve card, you will run this guy because there's no condition to this destruction. You can just destroy anything. But do keep in mind that you only have 2 evolve points. So you will only run this if your deck has nothing that other stuff that you actually want to evolve. Because this is just a 2/2. There's no other ability. Detective Lens, Engage, destroy this card, select enemy follow in the field, and remove ward from it. So the Engage is free, and it will just remove ward, but you need to pay 2 costs to like put this thing down. So you basically see this as like 2 costs remove a ward. which is not that good when you consider like this thing is basically a two cost evolve destroy something, and destroy is better than remove ward because you can just destroy that ward anyway. So yeah, this is not very good unless you can like cheat this card out for free. It's not worth paying the two costs. And now we have Ariet, Lux Minstrel, Evolve, restore 2 defense to your leader, Super Evolve, restore 4 defense instead. Uh, Super Evolve just to restore 4 defense is usually not worth it because by this point you want to just like go for the kill, you want to like reduce your opponent's defense to 0. And then like I can see the Evolve like being nice if you need the more like defense in more stally deck. But at the same time, this thing is just an evolve destroy enemy follower, so it's kind of hard to justify her cost, especially because she does nothing on like on base. You need to like evolve or super evolve her to get any effect. Not that good. Next is Vigilant Detective. Last word adds a detective lens to your hand. So okay, so if this was summon a detective lens to your field, then this card would actually be pretty decent. But because it adds detective lens to your hand, it's just not worth it. Right, next. Apollo Heaven's Envoy. Fanfare, deal 1 damage to all enemy follower. Evolve, uh, do your fanfare one more time. So this card is actually pretty good. So this is basically just an AoE 1 damage to anything, and then if you evolve, it's basically like deal 2 damage to everything. And a lot of token have 1 or 2 defense, so this just clears a token board by itself. And don't forget, if you evolve this thing, it'll become a 3/4 with rush. So you can also just swing into something. This is a pretty decent like board clear. I can see this being played. So next we have Seraphic Tidings, which is just a 3-cost draw 2 card. Rune will play this. Other that, if you need the draw, yes, you will play this. Otherwise, you might have better cards, but depends. If you need the draw, you will play this card. So next, Adventurous Guild, Amulet, Fanfare, draw a follower. So instead of drawing a card, you draw a follower specifically. So this is actually pretty good. And then engage, destroy this card, select an allied follow on the field and give it a rush. Um, this is basically a 3-cost, get something, and then give an allied follower rush. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. And then in like certain deck, like I don't know, spell boost, depending on how many follower deck plays, this might even be able to just guarantee a follower. This is not bad. This is actually pretty good. And then we have Quick Goliath, 4/5 Ward. For a 4-cost, this is not that good because going second, you can already evolve. So this being just a ward is just not that good. And then Divine Thunder. So you destroy a random enemy follower with the highest attack. Deal 1 damage to all enemy follower. This is good. You destroy the biggest threat on the field, and then you AoE damage. That's actually really good. This is basically this effect, but you also get to like destroy the biggest follower on your opponent's board. Sure, you're not getting any follower out, but it clears board, so it buys you another turn. And that's good. So next we have Goblin Foray. Summon 5 copy of Goblin. Goblin is just a 1/1/2. It's basically a 5 cost build a board. That is not bad. It's actually pretty good. But again, if you have better card, you might want to play better card, but this isn't bad. This is actually pretty nice. You can just build a full board and just like let your opponent deal with it. And if your opponent like doesn't clear your entire board, all of that goblin is going to swing face next turn. So next we have Caravan Mammoth, 7, 10, 10. Okay, so the stat itself is great. So like just for 7 cost, you get 10, 10. But by turn 7, you can already super evolve. So something that's just a 10, 10 with no effect might not be worth it compared to something that can super evolve like at this play point cost. So next we have Olivia, Heroic Dark Angel. Fanfare, draw 2 card, restore 2 defense to your leader, recover 2 play point. Just resource in general. So you play her on turn 7, but she only costs 5 because she recovered 2 play point. That's good. And then when you super evolve her, you super evolve another allied follower. So now you get 2 super evolved followers on the field, which is just a big follow, big stat stake on the board. Like this is what I mean, right? This is a 7, 10, 10 that does nothing. This is a 7, 4, 4. You can super evolve and she become 7, 7, and you super evolve another follower and you can automatically clear this thing. Like this is 6 cost and 7 and above will need to be really powerful because those are the things that you get to super evolve. You need the effect to justify the cost. She's good. As for how many you will play her, I'm not sure. You only have 2 super evolve, and this super evolve is basically just like a stat stick. It doesn't really go towards your like win con or anything. But I can see her being played just for the base because draw 2 card, restore 2 defense, and recover 2 play point. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Next is Ruler of Cocytus. So you replace your entire deck with an Apocalypse deck. It's a new 10 card deck with powerful cards. And they are powerful. For example, you have Silent Rider, which is just a 6 10 10 storm. Servant of Cocytus, which is like a 1 cost 13 13. Demon of Purgatory. Select 2 enemy follow on the field and deal 6 damage to them and the enemy leader. And After of Reckoning, you basically set your opponent's damage max defense to 1. They're powerful, but do keep in mind that this is a 10 cost card. So you play this on turn 10, and only starting next turn will you be able to draw randomly one of from your new card. This might be good in Dragon. You just ramp up and then you like get to this like powerful deck fast. But for other class, I'm not sure because 10 cost is a lot, and not only that, but yeah, it might be good. I'm expecting this to be played with Dragon and not really with other class. So that's it for neutral. So next we have Forest. We got 1 cost 1/1 main journey of combo tree. Select an enemy follow on the field and deal it 3 damage. So combo tree means at earliest you can do it on turn 3. You play 1 cost card, you play another 1 cost card, and then you play her. And then you just deal 3 damage. She's not bad. Just she's also like a 1 cost herself. So just by being 1 cost, she's already good. And next we have Good Fairy of the Pawn. Last word, add a fairy to your hand. Also just very good. You play her turn 1, she gets destroyed. you get one cost from your hand that you can play when you need the combo number. Which is good. Will probably be a 3-off in like every forest deck. Bug alert. Select an highlight card on the field and return it to hand. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. This is just a guaranteed 3-off in your deck. This is way too good. A 1 cost that bounce stuff to your hand. It is way too good. Fairy Convocation. Add 2 copies of Fairy to your hand. It generates Fairy. It also like just a cheat card. So really good. Fairy Tamer and Fanfare, add 2 copies of Fairy to your hand. So whereas this is a 1 cost at 2 Fairy, this is a 2 cost 2 at 2 Fairy, but she herself is a body on the board. So if you so this might be good. So this could be good. Like you can just generate more Fairy. Next, Stray Abuseman, increase your combo by 1. So he's basically like play this card, and now you have your combo at 2. He's basically good. He's playing him is basically the same as playing 2 1 cost card. So he's good. So next, Fate Twinkle combo 3, give all other allied follower on the field +1/+1. This is actually pretty good. If you have a full board, you can just give like everything +1/+1. So that's like easily like a huge value. Combo 3, so you can do this earliest turn 4. Just have like a huge swarm in the early game. She's pretty good. So Babe Carbuncle, select another allied card on the field and return it to hand. This thing is just also just bounce, just to recycle any card you have, which is good. Super Evolve, recover 3 play point. So in any other class, this would be bad. But because this is Forest, this is actually a very good card. So you play this card, you bounce something, you Super Evolve. So not only did you you actually gain play point. You don't go negative, you actually go positive with this card. In any other class, this card is not good. But because this is Forest, I can see this card being played. And then next we have Lily, Crystalline Innocence. Fanfare combo 3, select an enemy follower on the field, set defense to 1. And then evolve, draw a card, and then deal 1 damage. So you Fanfare, you set something you want destroyed to 1, and then you evolve and deal 1 damage to it. This is pretty nice because you can just set any like big stat follower on your opponent's board to just set to 1 and then just snipe it. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Like remember in that neutral follower that I said was really good, just on evolve destroy something? This is basically that, but better. And then we have Wild Profusion, Fanfare, add a fairy to your hand. And then countdown 2. Whenever an allied pixie follower enter the field, deal 1 damage to a random enemy follower. So it has a countdown, so you don't get to like, it's not permanent, you have to like make full use of it. But what this can do is like, let's say on turn 6, you play this, and then you play 4 fairy, you automatically deal 4 damage to 4 random enemy follower. And then next thing you can do it all over again. I don't think this card is bad, but I'm not sure if it will be used that much. I think it's alright. It's just a more control option. We'll see how it goes. It does give a fairy and it's relatively cheap. Next we have Lambent Key. Add a fairy to your hand. Combo 3. Add a Deepwood Bounty to your hand. Deepwood Bounty is 0 cost. Restore 1 defense to your leader. And then engage, destroy this card, select an allied follower in the field, and give it +1/+1. This card is probably going to be a 3-off in the Roche deck. Just because of this. Not to mention the engage is free and you can give Roche +1/+1. In Roche, this is really good. In other deck, I'm not sure. Maybe it's fine. So next, Capricious Sprite, Fanfare, summon a fairy, add a fairy to your hand, evolve, replicate effect. So you summon 2 fairy and add 2 fairy to your hand. That's not bad. So it depends on like what you want to spend your evolve point on. But it at least have a fanfare effect, so it's not just a vanilla if you don't evolve it. Next is Working Grasshopper. Draw an X cost follower. X is your combo. So I guess if you want to like draw a certain card from your deck, let's say you want to draw a 3 card cost, you can just combo 3, play this and draw it. But then again, to get to combo 3, you need to play on turn 5, and Aria is like 7 cost. So if you want to combo 7, you need to go. I guess with the 0 cost gun, it's not that bad. I mean, it's just a way to guarantee like certain card from your deck. It's actually pretty good. You do need to build towards it. And now we have Killer Rhinoceros, the Roach, Fanfare, give this follower X plus X plus 0 as if your combo, and it also has Storm on base. But it start at 0 attack. So you need to like increase your combo like by a lot, and then will you summon this. This is why I said this one. This is good because this increase your combo for 0 cost. You generate it early game, and then you use it late game. It's a finisher because it's Storm, and ideally you don't want to swing Storm to a follower. You want to swing Storm to leader. So this is more of an like end game kind of thing. So next we have our first Forest Legendary, Amata's Origin Blader. Give this follower +X plus X. X is the number of pixie followers in your hand. Ward, and then evolve, do this X time. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy follower. X is the number of pixie follower in your hand. Oh, so this is basically similar to the amulet, but instead of summoning them, you just look at your hand. I think this is good. You summon this guy, and if you have like 5 pixie follower in your hand, he can +5/+5. And as a ward, that's actually huge because your opponent have to swing into him. And you also deal like a little bit of like AoE damage, some damage depending on pixie follow in your hand. It's not the game ender. It's there to like get to like survive the mid game. It's not bad. Will probably be played. I mean, it's going to be played. It's a legendary, so it's going to be good. It's just a question of how many you want to play this. I'm not too sure. I guess depends. Alright, next. Fredrenwood Whisper, add a Deepwood Bounty to your hand, and then draw a card. Automatically a good card. Like just by generating this thing, it's automatically a good card. Next, Godwood Staff. At the end of your turn, combo 3, draw a card. Okay, this is actually really good because you can just play this at any point of your turn. And then as long as you achieve combo 3, by the end of your turn, you get that free +1 draw. And not only that, it doesn't say fanfare, it doesn't say at the turn you play this thing or anything. So it's an amulet, And as long as it's not destroyed, every single turn that you get combo tree, you get to draw a card. That is really powerful. And then you also have another ability of just engage to destroy this card to bounce something back to your hand. Yeah, this is really good. And next we have Gentle Trend. Fanfare combo tree evolve this follower, strike the source to defend to your leader. I think it's fine. It's probably not too good. It doesn't really generate fairy or anything, but it is like it automatically evolves, so it's just a 6 body that also heals 2 defense. You might play 1 or 2 copy of this just to like bridge your mid game to your end game, but it might be more of a tech option. Alder Sagebrush. So Fanfare deal 3 damage to a random enemy follower, combo 3. Deal 3 damage to 3 random enemy follower instead. This is actually pretty good. So combo 3 means you need minimum turn 6, and turn 6 just deal 3 damage to 3 random enemies, so you deal a maximum of 9 damage. That's actually a lot. That's actually a lot of damage. It's pretty good. It doesn't generate anything, but it helps you to just like clear board. And that's kind of huge because from the looks of it, your end game is going to be Roach combo, so you want to just keep your fairy in your hand. So this just helps your early mid game. And then we have Glade, Fragrant Wood Ward, Fanfare, draw 2 card, evolve, deal X damage split between all enemy follower, X is the number of cards in your hand. So if you have maximum 9 cards in your hand, you deal 9 damage to enemy follower, like split damage. It does draw you 2 cards. So just by that, I think it's pretty nice. But I'm not sure about the split damage thing. Like if you're at 9 cards in your hand, or maybe it's actually fine. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how good this card actually is. I think it's nice, just not like really good. So next is Arya, Lady of the Woods. Fanfare, you gain Crest Arya, Lady of the Woods. And then the crest says, whenever an all allied pixie follower enter the field, give it Storm. And pixie is a trait. So as of right now, I believe Fairy is the only pixie trait follower. But in the future, we might get more. And then you can super evolve her to summon 3 Fairy. So you play her, and then you super evolve, you get 3 body that can just hit Storm. So her super evolve isn't that good. I think like sure you summon 3 fairy that have Storm, but like your fairy is basically just a 1/1 anyway, so it might be worth it to just do it once, so just like hit, but I'm not too certain on the super evolve on this card. The fanfare though is very powerful. Oh, and the fairy does have rush, so they can already like swing into your enemy follower just the moment you play them anyway. So you need to clear your opponent's ward with, and then you swing with the storm. She's good simply because the fanfare is just so good, but the super evolve is just it is fine. It's serviceable. So next we have Salwyn, Sunny Archer, Storm, Super Evolve. Select an enemy follower on the field and return it to your hand. This is actually pretty huge. This is actually pretty good. So you drop him, you Super Evolve him. He's now a 7/9, and you can bounce Ward from your opponent back to their hand. So this means this is a 7 damage that's going straight to your opponent's face. Honestly, this might be better than Arya Super Evolve. Honestly, like Arya Super Evolve is just like 3 damage to face. This is 7 damage to face. So yeah, I think you play Arya just for the fanfare, but this is going to be your main Super Evolve target. Or of course, we can always just Super Evolve your Roach, because that thing does get big. But depends. I'm not again again the game still isn't out, so this is mostly just like looking at how cards work. I'm probably missing a lot of interaction here, but that's what theory crafting is. And then we have Aerin, Crystallian, Frostweight. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field and destroy it. Restore 2 defense to your leader. What? It's a destroy, but it's 7 cost, so I don't think this is worth it. Like at 7 costs, you would want to just like something big, not just to like stall anymore, I feel. And then we have a Deep Wood Fairy Beast. Fanfare, draw a card. Restore as defense to your leader as the number of cards in your hand. Again with the stalling. I don't think you want to keep stalling by the time you hit 8 cost. Especially because this thing like this is just a break in early game. Like if you open this in your opening hand, this thing does nothing until turn 8. Yeah, it's bad. Like, you probably wouldn't really play this. And then Bill, Loose Cliff Warrior, activates in hand. Whenever an allied follower leaves the field, reduce the cost of this card by 1. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it for damage. So this is actually pretty nice because you can reduce this guy to 0, and then you can play him for free and just deal 4 damage. I think he's good. I'm just not sure how many you would play, because like having too many would just, I think playing too many would break you in your early game. So I think you want to play him, but maybe not at 3, because leave the field is like destroy and bounce, and Forest has bouncing stuff, so you can accelerate this pretty easily. Maybe not too easily, but like you have you play a lot of like low cost follower anyway. So if you have this in your opening hand, you should be able to play it for free by around turn 5 or 6. And that's not bad. It's just like a free deal 4 damage and +1 combo. And then this is the last card for Forestcraft, Opulent Rose Queen. Fanfare, transform all Forestcraft cards in your hand that cost 1 or less into copies of Bramble Burst. Should also have Ward. So what is Bramble Burst? Select an enemy follower on the field or the enemy leader and deal it 3 damage. So you play her for 9. But you don't recover PP. So you play her at 9 cost, and then you just OTK next turn. I think that's how you want to play her. So 1 cost or less. So your fairy is 1 cost or less, and you also have like these 2. But I think it's mostly going to just be your fairy. So just from looking at this, Forest seems to be leaning into 2 different archetypes. You have the Arya. You have the Arya and Roche, where you want to just like generate as many fairy and get benefit out of that fairy as much as possible, and then just OTK combo with Roche. And then the other archetype is to just generate fairy but keep them in your hand to gain benefit with Amatas and Opulent Rose Queen. So that's how I see this. I'm seeing that there's like two archetype in the forest class. The You play fairy and then you combo, and then you generate fairy and then you convert them into bramble burst spell. Either way, both are OTK. Like Roche is Roche OTK. Opulent is like bramble burst OTK. So it's just a question of, do you want to OTK with spell or do you want to OTK with combo? That covers forest. So next we'll go with sword. So first we have Flash Stack Quick Blader 111 Storm, a staple, 3 off, no question. And then we have Luminous Commander. Whenever an allied officer follower enter field, she gain +1/+0 at the end of turn, and then evolve summon a knight. And knight is a 0 cost 1/1 officer follower. There are actually a lot of officer follower. Wait, I'm looking at them, but so there's actually far less officer follower in this game compared to the OG Shadowverse. I see. So that means she's mostly going to be gaining those plus stat from your token because your knight is the officer follower. I'm not sure how good this is actually. Like if there were more officer follower, then I think she would be good. But because there's just like not that many officer follower, I don't think she's actually that good. So next, Royal Coach Woman, Last Word Summon and Knight. A 2/1/2 that end of turn also generate a free knight. She's decent. She get destroyed. She summon another follower. So that's actually kind of like something that summoned some follower went in as last word is actually better in the defensive or like the tempo type of gameplay, because if the opponent use an AoE clear, then knight will go on to exist because it wasn't there when they played the AoE clear. So I think this is kind of nice just to like in the early game. Next we have Fanfare. If you unlock Super Evolution, give this follower Bane and he has Rush. So turn 6, turn 7, he just gained Bane, and because he already have Rush, he can just swing anyway. He's actually pretty good. You can use this to just clear board or just clear board. Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. Next we have Luminous Lance Trooper. Fanfare summon a knight. And then whenever an allied officer follower enters the field, give it a rush. Okay, so we might have more officer generator than I thought. So the more like knight generation there is, the better this like luminous card is going to be. So we'll see, we'll see. So next we have Shinobi Squirrel. Ambush. Evolve, summon a copy of Shinobi Squirrel, so itself. Ambush in general is just good because you can leave it there. But because there's a lot of cards that have like AoE damage, it might not be as good because any form of AoE damage is going to destroy this follower. But I guess if you evolve, you can summon another copy, but maybe not worth it. So next we have Way of the Maid. Select a card in your hand, return it to your deck, draw 2 Sword Carve follower. I think this might be good. You're basically trading 2 cards from your hand to draw 2 Sword Carve follower. So you play 1, so that's -1. You put 1 card back, so that's -1, so -2. But then you draw 2. You break even to draw more card. I think this is good. You can just put back your big cost follower to hopefully draw a lower cost follower in the early game. I think she's good. So next we have Rusty Lookscrap Trickster. Super Evolve. Draw all copies of Rusty Lookscrap Trickster and give them Storm. So if I'm understanding this card correctly, if you have drawn all of 3 of your Lookscrap Trickster from your deck, this card does nothing. So so if my understanding is correct, this is a very gamba card. Like you're going to like play this and pray you see one and you do not see the other 2 copy. Because if you can get this off, that's actually pretty huge. Because next turn you have 2-3-3-3. That's basically a storm. But it's pretty RNG, so it might not be that good. Next, Ian, Lovebound Knight. Fanfare, select another allied follower on the field, give it +1/+1, and he also has ward. He's not bad. He's a ward, so he's tall, and he gives something else +1/+1. So if you have something with Storm like Flash Step Quick Blader, you just give this thing +1/+1, and this thing can just keep swinging face while he protect your Storm. He's actually pretty good. He's not bad. So next, Lyrella, Luminous Potion Rite. Fanfare, summon a Steelclad Knight. Steelclad Knight is an officer. And then whenever an allied officer or follower enters the field, restore 1 defense to your leader. Again, this is just summon Steelclad Knight, and then you defend, you basically stall. I need to see what's the endgame for Luminous here. Next we have Hound of War. Enhance 6, summon 2 copies of Hound of War, and then you got Rush. So enhance 6, you get 3 copy of like 4/2 Rush. It's not bad just to clear board, but I'm not sure how good the card like will actually be. Maybe it is good because this is Swordcraft, and you just want tempo. I'm not too sure. Evolve Silent Sniper. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 5 damage. Okay, that is very powerful already. Enhance 6, give this follower +2/+2 and ambush. Okay, so enhance 6 just to like +2/+2 ambush. I'm not too certain about it. But just Fanfare deal 5 damage is huge. Like 5 damage can clear a lot, like a lot of follower. This is actually pretty powerful. I'm not sold on the enhance, but the Fanfare is really powerful. So next we have the first sword legendary, Kagemitsu Enduring Warrior. Last word again, Crest Kagemitsu Enduring Warrior, and then Super Evolve, he gets Storm. So Super Evolve, he become a 5/5 Storm. Crest Countdown 2, last word summon a Kagemitsu Enduring Warrior. I think this card is good just because he's like, you summon this on turn 3, he gets destroyed, and then in another 2 turn, you get another copy of him, and then he get destroyed, you get another crest. He's basically Luke himself. But do keep in mind that you can only have one type of crest at a time. So if you draw 2 Kagemitsu in your hand, you're kind of wasting the other one because you only need 1. But you kind of want to play 3 because you want to see that one. I don't know. This like the last word is very powerful because it's just a free card. You get a free card every 2 turn. And then if you super evolve it, it's a 5/5 storm. It's good. I'm just not too keen about like this is basically the case with Arya, where you want to see the one copy, but any subsequent copies just feels bad. That's kind of like how I think Crest right now. You play 3 because you want to draw one, but After you draw that one, any subsequent copy just feels bad. This will be played though, no question asked. Next, Iron Crown Majesty. Select a mode, so you either summon Skillclad Knight and Knight, or you give all allied follower on the fields +1/+1. So it's a spell. It's a spell. If you have a full board, you just give everything +1/+1. If not, you summon 2 officer follower. That's actually pretty good. Next, Spaddler, Rush, last word, draw a card. The Rush is good. The last word is also good. I think this might be played. Like, it can just clear something and then it give you a refund for itself. It's just a free +1. It might be good. Next is Zirconia, Iron Crown Ward. Evolve, summon 2 copies of Knight, give all other allied follower on the field +1/+1. All other allied follower on the field +1/+1. Oh, so this is basically this effect. Ah, this is her art. I see. I think this will be play. Like just getting 2 copy of Knight on Evolve is actually pretty good. And then you give everything else +1/+1. You can even give your Storm follower +1/+1, which is huge. And then next we have Nightly Rending. Select an enemy follower on the field and destroy it. Summon a Steelclad Knight. This is good. Just a spell that destroys something and summoning thing is good. Ancestral Crown, countdown 4. Whenever I follow enter the field, give it +1/+1. This is also good. So like for 4 turn, any follower you play will become +1/+1. That's actually really good. Next, Luminous Magus. Fanfare, summon 3 copy of Steelclad Knight. That's also just nice. Just summon follower left and right. And then whenever an allied follower enter the field, give it ward. So you play this, Fanfare summon 3, and then you give all of your Steelclad Knight ward. That's actually real good. You don't even need to evolve her. You just Fanfare, get 4 body on the board. That's actually really powerful. Next we have Albrecht, Levin, Storm Saber, Enhance 9, deal 3 damage to all enemy follower, and gives you full attack 2 times per turn. He also has Storm, which is really powerful. So let's say you wait until turn 9, and then you super evolve him. He became a 6/8, and he can swing twice with Storm. So that's 12 damage. That's actually really powerful. It is Enhance 9. So you'll probably be playing this like in the early game anyway, just like fill board. He's good. There's no question that he's good or not. He is good. So next we have Ernesta Peace Hawker. Trick Sword Craft. What? Give all other allied follow on the field +1/+1. Fanfare. Evolve. Replicate. Again, just like a free stat. That's actually really powerful. It is a 6 cost though, so you're not going to be able to play other more powerful follower with her. You're kind of locked to playing like weaker follower. But I guess again the sword is mostly just about tempo, so I guess this isn't that bad. Said it. Oh no, there's more. Amelia, Silver Captain, Fanfare, draw 2 sword card follower specifically and recover 3 play points. So she's basically just a 3 cost card and then super evolve. Give all other allied sword card follower on the field Barrier. So barrier just reduce damage taken once before being removed. Her fanfare effect is really powerful, and her super evolve effect is actually decent. Like by giving all of your so-called for a barrier, your opponent need to swing like deal damage to that thing twice. So again, just good tempo value, really good. Gino Levin X Raider Rush can attack 2 times per turn. Strike gives his follower barrier. Summon a knight. So you summon him at 7. He can attack twice. Every time he attacks, he gets barrier, and he summon a knight. Oh, this is really powerful actually. So strike ability activate before damage. So what this basically means is that he is not getting destroyed on your turn no matter what, unless he attacks into a Bane follower. That's actually really powerful. Yeah, that's actually pretty powerful. And also with Ravening Tentacles, select an enemy follower on the field or enemy leader and deal like 5 damage, restore 5 defense to your leader. I guess just an extra 5 damage to your leader, opponent's leader, just like, maybe that might be enough to OTK. Otherwise, I do not see how this is justifiable. Like a 7 cost just to deal 5 damage to the enemy leader. You use this to you need to win the game, but when you play this, because otherwise you're not surviving because you're not getting any board. So then we have Centaur Centurion 875 Storm. It has Storm, so it's good. Just because it has Storm, this thing is just good. And then we have Amalia Steel Paladin. Fanfare, summon 4 copy of Steelclad Knight. Whenever another allied follower enters the field, give it +1/+0 Russian ward. This is just good. Like you fanfare, you summon 4 copy of like Steelclad Knight. So you just with that you have full board. And then when you get the full board, you give all of like the stuff you summon Russian ward. This is really powerful. This is really powerful actually. So unlike with uh Forest Craft, where the legendary kind of like separate them into 2 different playstyle, all I'm seeing with Sword is just like good value, like good tempo. Kagemisu is your early game, mid game just free card. This is like Enhance 9, can swing like, can attack 2 times, face. This is just like your mid game tempo. Your Luminous is basically just to generate your mid game and early game, just tempo. Yeah, it feels like all of this card is just, you're really just going to make one deck from this class, just like the good stuff. Because all of this is just tempo card. You tempo early game, and then you win with Storm. That's it. So a really simple class with Swordcraft. That's how it usually is. Alright. So let's get to Runecraft next. So Foresight. 1 cost, draw a card. This is just insight. This is just this is just you're going to play this no matter what. It's just so good. Stormy Blast. X starts at 2 on spell boost, increased by 1. Select any field and deal X damage. It's a board clear as you play spell. It's also just 1 cost spell itself, so it's pretty good. So this is Earth Sigil, Fanfare, draw card, and then Earth Sigil, and then engage 1, you can gain an Earth Sigil. That's actually good. So let's say you play like you on turn 3 you play a 2 cost follower, but you don't have any like 1 cost follower or spell to play. You just use this to gain an Earth Sigil. If you're playing Earth Sigil, you're probably going to play this at max copy anyway. Alright, so next, Apprentice Astrologer. Fanfare, select a card in your hand and return it to your deck. Draw a card, gain an Earth Sigil. Put something back, draw a sigil. This is good. You can put back your high cost stuff, hopefully draw something better and just generate your stack. That's good. So Miss Miranda, Adored Academy, Mysteria, Fanfare, Spell Boost your hand, and then on Evolve, select an enemy follow the field, deal 3 damage, Spell Boost your hand. So Spell Boost 2 while also dealing damage. It's good. It's also just a body, so you're not relying, you're not vulnerable. Penalog, Potions, Prodigy, Fanfare, gain 2 Sigil, Super Evolve, draw 2 cards, restore 2 defense, draw later, gain 2 Sigil. The Fanfare is fine. Just gaining 2 stack is fine. But Super Evolve, I'm not certain if this is fine. We need to see if like there's a better Super Evolve target than this. Kill summon a Clay Golem. This will probably for spell boost. You just this is a spell and you also get a body on the board, so for spell boost. You have Radiant Rainbow, select a card in your hand with on spell boost and spell boost it, draw a card. So you play this, you choose something and spell boost it one more time and then you just draw a card. It's good. Spell boost, we play it. Dazen Rune Knight. Fanfare, select a mode, spell boost your hand twice, or Earthright 1, give this follow +2/+2 and ward. Oh, so they actually give a card like this where you support both archetype. This is good. Like, spell boost your hand twice is good. Earthright 1 to gain +2/+2 is also good. And then all Summoner, Fanfare gain an Earth Sigil, and then Evolve, select an enemy follow field and deal it 5 damage. Gain Earth Sigil is fine, deal 5 damage is also fine, it's good. But a lot of this is just like Sigil generation. We haven't seen any Earthright yet. Okay, here's Earthright. Sage Select Teachings. Select a mode to activate, gain 4 Earth Sigil. Restore 4 defense your leader, or Earthright 3. Deal 4 damage to all enemy follower. This is good. You can either gain more stack, you can heal if you need to, or you just board clear. That's a very good card. So, homework time. X starts at 0, and then on spell boost, increase X by 1. Then, if X is at least 5, you transform this card into a looking smart. You draw 2 cards. I think you will never like play this card as is. You'll probably just go into this like 1 cost, draw 2 card, deal 2 damage to random enemy follower. Yeah, this thing stays in your hand, and then it gets spell boost by 5 times, and then it goes to this. You are never paying the 3 cost for this. So yeah, this is good. Next, Remy and Rami to face Witch. Fanfare Earthright 1, summon a Guardian Golem, Super Evolve, select an allied Guardian Golem follower if you'll evolve it, give it +3/+3. Earthright is fine, but I'm not sure about the Super Evolve. You evolve a Guardian Golem, but that's it, you're not really doing anything else. Next, Starry-Eyed Penguin Wizard. Fanfare, draw 2 cards, evolve, spellbook your hand 2 cards. This is good. This is just way too good. And then Edelweiss, Siegelight Ward, Fanfare, Earthright 2, evolve this follower. When this follower evolves, deal 4 damage to a random enemy follower and recover 2 play point. This is good. It's basically a 4 damage random enemy and then just recover 2 play point. So she basically just a 2 cost. That's good. And then Arcane Eruption. Deal 2 damage to all follower. Earthright 1. Draw a card. This is also pretty good, just like AoE clear, and you also get a free draw too. And then Runeblade Conductor on spell boost, give this follower +1/+1 fanfare. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it as equal to this follower attack. So every time you spell boost, she gain attack and defense. And then when you play her, you break. You can basically just get big damage on something. I don't think she's bad, but being a 5 cost is kind of rough. Like she doesn't spell boost anything else. I'm not sure if she will be played. So next we have Emilo, Wish of Wonder on spell boost, reduce cost of this card by 1. Evolve summon Clay Golem, deal X damage to all enemy follower as the number of allied golem followers on the field. She will be played just because you can get her, like you can call her for free. And then if you manage to like just stack golem, you can also just board clear. Yeah, she's pretty good. So next we have Juno, Visionary Alchemist. Fanfare, select an enemy follow on the field and deal it as damage as number of Earth Sigils you have. And evolve, gain Crest Juno, Visionary Alchemist. Press countdown 3 at the end of your turn. Upright 1, summon a Guardian Golem. So yeah, this is good. You deal something and with your Earth Sigil, which is huge because you can get stack that thing pretty high. And then you evolve him, her, I'm not sure. Evolve Juno, and then you get the crest. And for 3 turns, you basically get 1 follower for free. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. And now we have N and Gaia Mysterian Duel. Fanfare Summon and N Summoning. Spell boost your hand 3 times. So N Summoning is a 3/5/5 rush and ward. At the end of your opponent's turn, destroy this card. Okay. It also spell boosts your hand 3 card. So any follower in the field and deal it 3 damage. I think this is actually good because it's spell boost 3 times. She also summoned a rush that can help clear board. And if you evolve them, they deal 3 damage. This isn't that much, but I guess it's something because they also get rush by evolving. Will be played in spell boost. So then we have William, experienced student. At start at 0 on spell boost, increase that by 1. Fanfare deal as damage to all enemy follower. Evolve spell boost your hand 2 times. He does spell boost your hand twice. And he also clears board. I think we might play him just for the clear board ability. Because like if you spell boost him like 8, this is basically an 8 damage to everything. That's huge. It also spell boosts your hand, so he's not that weak in spell boost. So next we have Kuan, 5-fold master. Summon Celestial Shikigami, Demonic Shikigami, and Paper Shikigami. So Celestial Shikigami is what? Last word spell boost hand 3 times. And Demonic is rush, spell boost hand. Oh, this is also what? This is rush. And then Paper Shikigami is rush, last word spell boost. So this spell boost 3, this spell boost 1, so this spell boost 1. So in total, they spell boost 5 when they get destroyed. Which on enhanced 10, Kuan will destroy all allied Shikigami and summon Noble Shikigami. When enter the field, give it +X+Y, +X+Y attack, defense of so Warp and Aura. In a super evolve, you give this thing Storm. So this is 4, 3, 2, 5, 9. He's a 10. And then if you so yeah, just a 10 Storm on turn 10. He's good. You can also just play him on turn 7 to have a huge board. He's good. He's basically the end game for spell boost. Next we have Demonic Call. On spell boost, reduce the cost of this card by 1. Summon Demonic Shikigami. Oh, so you can actually summon this another thing. So it goes up by 3, so 13. This is good. Then we have Stoneman Army. On spell boost, reduce cost by 1. Select enemy from the field, set defense to 1, and until end of your opponent turn, give it counter attack, follower, or leader. Just because this thing can be played for at 0 cost, it's going to be good. Blitz Destroyer on spellbook, reduce the cost of this card by 1. Not bad. Depends on how much you can spell boost him, he's pretty shit. Depends on how many spell you want to play. And then Dimension Climb. On spell boost, reduce cost by 1. Return your hand to that. Draw 5 cards. Spell pull your hand 5 times. Fully recover your play point. So, this combined with Kuan, combined with Demonic Call, like Kuan creates a 4-3-2. This is 9. So this is 9. This is 10. And then you do this to get another 3. So that's 13. And then you Dimension Climb. RNG draw another Kuan. Summon Celestial Demonic. And then you sack all of your them, and then you create another another big noble Shitigami. Yeah, you can RNG into Kuon with Dimension Climb. So yeah, this card is just good because you can play this at 0 cost, and then you draw 5, so you can basically play anything you draw. Yeah, this card is just way too good. So Rune have 2 archetypes. They have the Spell Boost archetype, and then they have the Earth Sigil archetype. But from the looks of things, Earth Sigil is probably going to be bad, simply because like there's not much. You don't really do much with Earth Sigil. Like there's a lot of Earth Sigil generation, but there's really not much engine for Earth Sigil. So I think what's gonna happen is Earth Sigil is just going to be bad, and then Spell Boost is going to be really good. So that's my take on Runecraft. So next we get Dragoncraft. Strike of the Dragon Unit. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 2 damage. If you're in overflow, deal 4 damage instead. Just a damage dealer. It might be nice to have. I'm not sure how good it is. Fan of Otohime. Engage 3. Summon an Otohime's bodyguard. Select a card in your hand and discard it. Otohime's bodyguard is Storm and Ward. I see. So you can play this turn 1 and then turn 3 engage to summon a 3/2/2 Storm and Ward, and you can keep doing this every single turn. I'm not sure how good it will be because it is just summoning 3 to get an early Storm and Ward. But I'm not sure. This might be good. This might be not so good. It also discard things, so I wonder if there's any synergy with this card. Syrian Dry Unit. Select an enemy follow on the field, deal it 1 damage. It's not bad. It's just a 2/2/2 that deal 1 damage. Not bad. It's also not good. Little Dragon Nanny. Fanfare Summon Dragon Drake. This thing has Intimidate, which is he cannot get attacked. And then Evolve. You can summon another Fire Drake. He's not bad, but Intimidate with how many damage that I can see might not be that good, especially because this thing is just 1 defense. Like any form of damage is going to just destroy this thing. So not that good. It might be good just for like tempo early game, but I'm not too sure on this card. So next we have Aether Windrider. Fanfare in Overflow. She can Intimidate, but she has Storm on base. I think just having Storm on base makes this thing good. That's my take on it. Storm is always good. That's the thing. And then Zell Wind Reader, Super Evolve, select another elite follower on the field and give it Storm. This is actually really good. You can choose your big follower and give it Storm. Really good. This thing is a 3 cost though, so you want something that's like 7 cost or lower. Next, you got Dragon Sign, gain 1 max play point. If you have 10 max play point, you draw a card. You're going to play this at maximum no matter what. This is just too good. Golden Note Melody, draw 2 cards. If you're in Overflow, restore 2 defense to your leader. I guess it helps with early game draw. Yeah, you might, if early game draw might help. So if you need the draw, because you want to see as many Dragon Sign as possible just to ram as fast as possible. So I guess it's good in that sense. Dragonic Berserker evolve, select an enemy for life and deal for damage, super evolve, deal damage to all enemy. I don't think he's that good. Like there's a neutral 2 cost follower that just said evolve, destroy enemy follower. Like you can super evolve to board clear, but why would you do that? That's like a waste. So next, Flashing Dragon Slayer, select an info on the field and destroy. What did I say? What did I say? This is just a 4 cost card that destroys something on place. That's so much better than this thing. What the? Why? This this isn't even. This is sulfur and this is bronze. Why is this card better than this thing? White Skill Herald. If you're in Overflow, restore 4 defense to your leader. I don't know. I'm not saying how good this is. If you're in Overflow, you want to just go for the kill already. Next, Marian Revision Dragoneer. Fanfare, select another like follower on the field and give it +2/+2. If you're in Overflow, give it +3/+3. Fanfare +4. That's not bad. You can choose your 6 follower Storm and just give it +3 to swing even more. That's not bad. Liu Fang Golden Nutwort Fanfare Fano evolve the follower. When the follower gain 1 match play point. Ah, that's actually good. You get 7, you play this, and then you go to 8. Next thing you add 9 already. This is good. Enhance 7, summon a Vast Wing Dragon. What's Vast Wing Dragon? 5/5/5 Intimidate. Enhance 7. I'm not sure how good that is. I guess it's not that bad because both of them are like pretty huge, like 5/5/5 stack. Depends on if there's like better 7 cost follower, better cost card that you want to play. So next, what's now? Trencher, Fanfare, if you're in Overflow, give this follower Storm. This is good. Storm is always good. As well then Dragon Slayer Ward. I don't think this is good. Hit Lookspan Champion. When this card is discarded, give a random allied follower on the field +1/+0. Okay, okay. So there's some synergy with this card then. And on plus rush. Mm, I guess this is mostly just to play with Fan of Otohime. Next we have Fanfare summon a Vestwing Dragon. Ward. Vestwing Dragon is also this thing. Again, just because of how big like Vestwing Dragon stat is, it might be worth it. He's also Ward, so he's protect your Vestwing Dragon. And now we have Forte, Blackwing Dragon, Storm, Intimidate. Good, straight up, no need to even question it. She's just Storm. Like if you see Storm, it's usually good. Calamity Breath, deal 5 damage to all followers. It's just a board wipe, not bad. Burn Knight, Anathema of Flame, Fanfare, select a card in your hand and discard it. Deal X damage to all enemy follower, X is the cost of the selected card. Super Evolve, give your opponent Crush, Burn Knight, Anathema of Flame. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to your leader once on each of your turn when your leader's defense is restored. deal 1 damage to it. This is a burn type of like gameplay. He also cleared by discarding something, so it's not bad. Warrior of the deals 6 damage to the enemy leader. Okay, he's not Storm, but this is like technically better than Storm because it just deals 6 damage to the enemy leader. Not bad. Silver Cloud Dragon Rider, last word summon Vestwing. Not bad. I'm not sure it's worth though. Garyu, Fanfare summon Supreme Dragon and Supreme Silver Dragon. Supreme Golden is just Ward. Supreme Silver Dragon is Rush. And then you super evolve and you give Supreme Golden Dragon Storm. Give Supreme Silver Dragon Barrier. Yeah, this card is just really good. This is going to be your main super evolve target. It's just really good. Next we have Twilight Dragon, give all infallible might. This is basically just an AoE board nuke. Super evolve draw 3. Honestly, after seeing this thing, this is super underwhelming. But this is still really powerful though. And then Genesis Dragon 9, 10, 9, 10 Storm. It's not bad. So I wouldn't necessarily say there's like two archetype, but there's like two way of like looking at it. Like Forte will be played no matter what deck, what archetype you choose. But you have Garyu, which is more just about like you want to ram and then you want the value. And then you also have Burn Knight Anathema of Flame. Like this is more about like burning your opponent. My only issue with this card is because he's competing with Garyu for the super evolve point. Because sure, he gives your opponent Crest, which deals them 1 damage every turn, but Garyu basically gives you Storm to a 4 damage on the spot. So this is just so much more value. I guess if it's going in the more like long game, this might be better. This is also a bit more of it. So I guess it's a question of which one do you want to lean into? Do you want to go into the Burn Knight Anathema like burn gameplay? Or do you want to just go like the value of Garyu gameplay? I think Garyu is going to be just much better because even just on Fanfare you get 2 like good stat body, whereas with this you deal damage by discarding something, but you deal damage to enemy follower, so you're trying to just stall and just win by burn damage, whereas this would just win by storm and resource. I think Garyu would be the better end game like finisher, but some people might like this kind of like gameplay more. As for the rest, I'm not really seeing any like clear archetype. It's just like you build port, you build storm, you gain storm, and that's basically it. It's just a question of do you want to go Burn Knight or do you want to go Garyu? That's my take on Dragon. Alright, so 3 more class. Let's go. 3 more. A base craft. So Lilith, enchanting succubus, last word, and a bat to your hand. So a 1/1 that when get destroyed, give you a 1/1/1 with drain, but this thing doesn't have rush, so you need to summon him and pray he doesn't get destroyed. She might be played just because she's a 1 cost and like that's kind of just valuable for early game. Then we have Reaper's Death Slash, let enemy ally and enemy follower in the field and destroy them. It's a way to trade if you have like a small body and your opponent have like a big set follower. So this might be good. Next we have Devious Lesser Mummy, Fanfare, Necromancy Fall, Give this follower Storm. Again, Storm, any form of Storm is just going to be good. Necromancy 4, I guess if you don't have any other form of Necromancy, this isn't bad. It is a 2 the only 2 Storm, but it depends like how much does this deck wants to Necromancy. We'll see. Nameless Demon, evolve, summon 2 copies of Bat. You summon Bat, but they don't have Rush, so I don't think this is that good. Mino Shroud Reaper, enhance Wall, give this follower Rush and Bane. Last one, add a skeleton to your hand. Skeleton is a 0/1/1, so it's basically just a free body. Enhance 4 to gain Rush and Bane. That's not bad. You can basically clear anything as long as you have, because you have Bane. You also get a free skeleton, so she might be good. Next we have Peril, Nightmare Incarnate. Fanfare, deal 3 damage to your leader. Evolve, restore 5 defense to your leader. So this is leaning more towards the Bloodcraft archetype that like was integrated into Abyss. And unless there's more like the leader damage kind of thing, this is just not worth it. But if there's more like leader damage or leader specific defense, then this might be good. Orchrus, Hellhound Blader, add 2 shadows to your cemetery. Ward, evolve, Necromancy 4, do this 2 times. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. But just adding 2 shadows is already good, because she herself, when destroyed, becomes another shadow. So it's basically 3 shadows for the cost of 1. She's also Ward. She's good. Next we have Chaos Cyclone. So you can either draw a follower or reanimate 2. Both of which is actually pretty good. Yeah, this card special is pretty good. So then we have Soul Predation. Select an allied follower in the field and destroy it. Draw 2 cards. Okay, this is allied follower in the field and destroy it. Draw 2 cards. I mean, allied follower is not that bad. After all, we have things like Skeleton that's free anywhere. So this is just a free draw too. This is good. Next we have Rish of Serpents. Select enemy follower in the field or the enemy leader and deal 3 damage. Deal 2 damage to your leader. Again, I'm not sure how good dealing damage to your own leader would be, so you have to wait until we see more, like if there's any sort of finisher for this thing. Because the way it is now is just deal an extra damage to your opponent while you yourself take 2 damage. Night Fiend, deal 1 damage to your leader. Again, I don't know how good this is unless we see more card with synergy. Arrow, Moonstruck Vampire, summon a bat. Whenever a allied bat enters field, give it Storm and deal 1 damage to your leader. Okay, she's actually decent because she summoned a bat, she gives the bat Storm, and the bat has Drain. So the bat swing at your leader, opponent's leader. So you basically lose no defense while also dealing 1 defense to your opponent. That's pretty good. Last word, summon 2 copy of Skeleton. I guess she's there to just like increase your shadow count. She's not that good though. Next we have Balto, Dust Bounty Hunter, Fanfare again, Crest, Balto, Dust Bounty Hunter, Crest. Calm down 4. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to both leader. This is a very like double-edged sword kind of thing. Again, I cannot say how good this actually is unless without seeing like any form of finisher for this archetype. Next, Fanfare add 2 shadows and destroy this card. Summon 2 copy of Ghost. Ghosts have Storm. And when you discard this field, banish it. At the end of it, then banish this card. So it doesn't count to your symmetry. But you do get just 2 swing to face. So I guess it might be worth it. Chromotus Necromancer, summon two ghosts, super evolve, give them brain. This is just way too underwhelming. Like summon two ghosts is fine, but super evolve just to give ghost brain is not it. Yuna, Occult Hunter, Warrior plus with add a ghost and bat to your hand. Uh, you get ghost, you get bat again. I'm not sure how good this is. Kiara's Blue Rose Maiden Bean. At the end of your turn, restore 2 defense to your leader. If this follower is super evolved, restore 4 instead and give this follower barrier. She's not good. She's really like, why would you super evolve something just to like restore HP to your leader? It's really only for one turn because there's no way your opponent will let this thing like survive long. Mukan Shadow Crypt Ward, Fan Necromancy 8, evolve this follower, and then whenever like departed follower enter the field, give it Bane. When the field evolves, summon a ghost. So departed is ghost, yeah, they have the departed trait. I'm not sure how good this is. Like he doesn't gain storm, he doesn't really do much. Dark Soul Demon, Fanfare, draw 2 cards, deal 2 damage to your leader, select an enemy follower in the field and deal it 6 damage. Again, I guess the 2 damage might be worth it if you can draw 2 and then you select deal 6 damage. That's essentially a destroy because 6 damage is a lot. I guess you probably play this just for the draw, I guess. And then our Gulvi Eternal Hunter deals 7 damage split between all enemy follower. Split damage isn't that good, seriously. As I guess since it at 5 cost, your opponent might not have enough board, so it might just be a clear. And then on evolve, deal 3 damage to both leader. This is Storm and Bane. Just because she has Storm, she's good. Fanfare, reanimate 4. Yeah, reanimate 4 is not bad. So, what are our focus target? Mukan, Ceres, Yuna. This is on evolve, so not here. This is you probably use Yuna then. I think. Not sure. Medusa Rush can attack 3 times per turn. Followers fight just round opposing follower. This is just a board clear. Essentially, she will always destroy 3 follower every time she's on the field. Vlad Impeller, select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 5 damage. Restore 5 defense to your leader. I'm not sure how good an 8 cost defense, restore 5 defense to your leader is. Next we have Cerberus, Core Curvus, Hellfire Unleashed, Fanfare, Summon Mimi, Right Paw, and Coco Left Paw. Mimi Right Paw is deal 2 damage. Coco Left Paw, restore 2 defense to your leader. Necromancer 6, give all the other life follower on the field plus 2 plus 0. So you give everything else plus 2 plus 0, that's good. Super Evolve, do this 2 times, you reanimate 1. So ideally, you don't want to play any 1 cost card with her. You want to just like guarantee you reanimate these 2. She's good. I'm just not sure how good she is. So, what's my take on Abysscraft? Honestly, I feel like this is it feels it does that there's no like real finisher, so to speak, with this class. It feels more like you want to just like slowly chip away at your opponent HP, and then at the same time you want to just like heal yourself. So I guess that's going to be like what the what the deck will do. You play all of your like legendary in one deck. This like just to deal damage to both leader, deal damage to opponent leader while also healing, clear board, and then just any form of cheap damage with like ghost or anything. I feel like that's how this deck is going to be played. You basically play good stuff, Abyss. You just run anything that can deal damage and can heal because that looks to be like the main game plan. What sucks with Kerberos is that if to guarantee her super evolve skill, you want to not have any one cost stuff in your drop in your cemetery, but all of your token is out one cost. So I'm not sure. It feels a bit messy to be honest. We will wait and see how good this card actually is. Alright, next we have Havencraft. Uh, Wing Statue, countdown fall, last word summon Holy Falcon. Engage 1, advance this amulet's count by 1. Holy Falcon is a 3/2/2 storm. This is pretty good. This is basically like typical Haven low cost amulet that eventually like summon a body. So yeah, like you can just early game summon this and then like late game just get your value. And then if you don't have anything to play, you can just like accelerate your countdown. Yeah, this is pretty good. Serene Century, countdown 3, last word draw 2 card. Yeah, this is also pretty good. Fox of Purity, just what? Maybe not so good. And then this thing has Aura, prevent fall from being selected by enemy ability. And then whenever you engage an amulet, give this +1/+0 until end of turn. It's end of turn though. So in other words, he needs to be on board and he needs to wait for another turn and then you need to like engage a lot. That's not really good. That's not that good. Your opponent will basically clear this thing because there's no way they're letting this thing survive. Next we have Sarissa Lookspear Ultimate Rush. Whenever an allied follower with Warrant is destroyed, give this follower +1/+1. Evolve gives a follower barrier. Okay, then I guess if you play this with Force of Purity, it might be worth it then. Just get bigger with every word, and because what has to be destroyed first anyway, it's pretty good. Only issue is like AoE word clear. Next is Darkhaven Grace. Engage 1, select an allied follower on the field and give +1/+1, restore 1 defense to your leader. Oh, there's no countdown to this. So you play 2, and then every single turn you can just engage 1 to like give 1/1 to a follower and then heal 1. This might be good. I can see this being good. Back of the Beast Princess, countdown 2. Last word summon a Holy Flame Tiger. 4/4/4 rush. Engage 1, engage advanced limit count by 1. Okay, this is good. You just pay 2 to get like 4/4/4 follower out. This is actually good. Next, Angelic Prism Priestess. Fanfare, draw an amulet. Evolve, select an amulet in your hand and reduce its cost by 1. Drawing an amulet is pretty good. Evolve, I'm not too sure on this. Next, Holy Shield Maiden, Ward Barrier. She's Ward, so she might work with the earlier follower, but not. I don't think she's that good. Next, Dose of Holiness. Engage. That's right. This correct. Select an enemy follower in the field and delete 4 damage. So 1 defense to your leader. So a 3 cost destroy. No, not deal 4 damage and heal 1. That's not bad. Next we have Wing Warrior. Select another allied follower on the field and give it +1/+1. Replicate his ability Fanfare. Fanfare is fine. Evolve feels lacking. Iron Fist Praise. Select an enemy follower on the field with 3 defense or less and banish it. Super Evolve banish all enemy follower with 3 defense or less. I can see this being a tech pick. Like if there's a lot of like last word enemy follower, you basically play this and banish all of your opponent and prevent them from activating last word. It could be a attack option. Next we have Reno, Blood Swing Featherfall, Clash deal 1 damage to the enemy leader, Super Evolve, if this follower can attack 2 times per turn. Clash deal 1 damage to the leader. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So Super Evolve becomes 6, 8, and then every time you swing, you deal 2. So you clear board and you also deal 2 damage. A bit underwhelming, but it's not that bad. Next we have Ronan Vero, Dark Heaven Ward, Ambush. Evolve, select an enemy follower on the field and destroy it. This is just nice. Evolve, destroy something. Avian Statue. Last word, summon a Regal Falcon. 6/4 for Storm. Engage 2, advance this amulet, count by 2. So I think this is pretty good. You can just generate Storm. Fanfare, draw 2 cards, restore 2 defense to your leader. That's it. I think it's fine. It's more draw and it's more healing. Next, Salifa, Guardian of Water. Fanfare restores 3 defense to your leader. Sure. Ward, and then evolve deal damage to all enemy follower. This is very much a stall card that you heal, you ward, and then you clear board. I think she's fine, but just going to her needs this. There needs to be something worth it, to like be worth all the stalling. Fanfare of 5 defense to your leader, ward, Skull Fiend, destroy all allied amulet, deal X damage to all enemy, X, destroy all amulet, deal X damage. Okay, so if you have 5 amulet and you play this, you deal 5 damage to everything, and then you basically trigger all the last word of your amulet. This is actually pretty good. Okay, I'm starting to see what you want. Wait, no, this is a follower, so you can't even play 5. You can only do 4. So 4, you destroy 4. You deal 4 damage to all enemy. It's AOE. It also hits your opponent face. It basically clears all of your amulet. So this is really good. Featherfall, the 3 damage to all enemy followers. Summon Holy Falcon, Storm. This is pretty good. It's clear and it gives Storm. And then Unholy Vessel, engage, destroy this card and all follower. So I guess if you're like your opponent has like a huge board and you only have this thing, you can just like drop this and destroy all of your opponent's follower. It might be good, but if you lift this thing up and you skull fin it, you would just destroy all of your own follower. Oh wait, no, this doesn't have last word, it's just engage. Ah, I see. So it's there as basically like a button to destroy all of your opponent's follower. This might be pretty good, but you really only want 1. You don't need like the many copies. And then Maeve, Guardian of the Earth. War last word, summon a copy of random allied amulet destroy this match with the highest base cost. We need to see what's the highest to see how good this is. Rodeo, Anathema of Judgment, Fanfare, select a card in your hand and discard it. Summon 3 randomly affiliated amulet from your deck that costs 3 or less. Destroy a random enemy follower with highest attack, deal 1 damage to all enemy follower. 3 or less. I need to look back and see what's 3 or less. The Super Evolve is just like destroy a random with highest attack and board clear. This is board clear. This is just like get everything set up. Whenever you engage an amulet, give this follower Storm. Okay, this is good. Lapis Shining Seraph. Gain Lapis Shining Seraph, countdown to left foot summon Lapis Shining Seraph and give it Storm. So you summon this turn 8 and then turn 10, Lapis comes out again, but this time it's a 7 Storm. Okay, I'm seeing what the deck want to do now. And then we have John. Transfer deal system to all enemy follower. Give all allied follower enemy +2/+4. If you can build the board, this is huge. So yeah, that's those of Fallen news. So yeah, the game plan is basically just you stall early game. So yeah, I feel like this is super. You want to super evolve. John doesn't even care about super evolve. This is just making. I feel like Haven is going to be like good stuff. Haven. You play Amulet, you survive, you deal cheap damage early game, and then you set up Amulet, you like burn everything with Skullfin to just get all of your value immediately. And then late game, you can use this to set up for Skullfin again if needed, like set up all your Amulet again if needed. Or if you have everything and everything on board, you can just join and like get everything back. Because if you got already have everything on board, they already can attack leader, and this is going to be just lethal. You can see why Unholy Vessel is good now. It just destroy all enemy follower, and then you on turn 7 you just set up as many followers you can, and then turn 8 you either go Lapis to set up for your turn 10, or you go for John and just give huge value to your board. Uh, yeah, there's no like different archetype. It's all just like one way of playing the deck, just different card heading toward like the big end game finisher. That's what I think about Haven. So now the last card. Let's try and finish this week in 2 hours. Portal Craft. So before I go to anything, I'm going to need to explain the artifacts. So to explain the artifact, it's better to go through here. So a lot of art, in order for artifact to work, they generate gear of ambition and gear of remembrance. This is gear of ambition. Fuse artifact amulet. When you fuse any artifact amulet, he become striker artifact. Gear of remembrance. When you fuse anything to this, it becomes fortifier artifact. Where is it? This fortifier artifact. So what you would do is like you get both of this, and then so for example, you have both ambition and remembrance. You fuse one into the other. So basically you fuse remembrance into ambition. So remembrance is now like lost, it's no longer in your hand. Give ambition then will transform into striker artifact. And after that, you want to do the same. You want to like fuse gear of ambition into gear of remembrance to create fortifier artifact, or the other way around. Uh, Fortifier and striker artifact doesn't really matter because both of them can get to your alpha, beta, gamma artifact. So how they get to alpha, beta, gamma is, so if you fuse to this striker or fortifier, if you fuse one cost artifact, meaning gear of remembrance and the gear of, what was the name again? Ambition, it becomes artifact alpha. If you fuse with the cost of 2, and the only way to get to cost 2 is you need to fuse it with both gear of remembrance and gear of ambition, it becomes ominous artifact beta. And when you fuse with 3 or more, meaning you would fuse with fortifier or striker, it becomes ominous artifact gamma. So what do these alpha, beta, gamma do? So alpha, okay, let's explain gamma, beta first. So gamma at 553 at the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemy follower. It's just an AoE damage. Beta is at the end of turn, deal 3 damage to the enemy leader. So just a 3 damage ping. And alpha is it has two skill. The bottom one is at the end of your turn, restore 3 defense to your leader. So as you can see, these effects are not that good. But what artifact alpha does, you can fuse beta and gamma into alpha to create masterwork artifact omega. So what's masterwork artifact omega is a 10-10-10 with fanfare, deal 5 damage to all enemy follower and restore 5 defense to your leader. And he has storm, ward, and aura. Aura. However you pronounce it. This thing is very powerful, and you do need to like get through all of this step. The only question is like, will you survive until turn 10 to actually do this? That's the thing. Alright, now that I've explained how the artifact fusion works, let's go through the card list. So Alice, Electrifying Inventor. Last word, add a Gear of Remembrance in your hand. Like, it doesn't matter whether it generates remembrance or ambition. Both are useful. You just take whatever artifact it gives you. So it gives you that gear which you need, so it's good for artifact. Artifact recharge, add both ambition and remembrance. It gives you both what you need. It's good. So this is Puppet Lancer. Fanfare, add an enhanced puppet to your hand. So enhanced puppet is a 1/3/3 rush, but at the end of your opponent's turn, you destroy this card. It generates enhanced puppet, so it's good for puppet. And then electric whiplash, fanfare, add a Gear of Remembrance to your hand. So while she's good, this is better in my opinion. Like Ironhide Hunter, fanfare, add a Gear of Ambition to your hand. Like I said earlier, remembrance or ambition really doesn't matter, but this is a 1/3. This is a 2/2. So this can deal more damage to your opponent's board. So this is better at clearing board and like surviving to get to Masterwork Artifact Omega. This also have an evolve effect to just deal 3 damage. This is just a bonus. You really only here for like this and the body. So next we have Lustra Puppet here. Fanfare, add puppet to your hand. In add puppet, it's good. Evolve, you add another puppet to your hand. For puppet, this is good. Stream of Life. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it 3 damage. Add Gift of Remembrance to your hand. It deal damage, it generates gear. That's good. Puppet Theater, add a puppet to your hand. And then countdown to at the end of your turn, add a puppet to your hand. So you generate 3 puppet just from this one card, which is good. Kitty Cannoneer, add a Gear of Ambition to your hand. That's good. She also has Rush, so she can help clear board, which is also good. Medical Grade Assassin, add an Enhanced Puppet. Just because it adds puppet, it's good. And then once on each of your turn, when puppet comes to the field, give it Bane, so it even your 0 cost 1/1 puppet can clear anything because of Bane. So it's good. Miriam the Resolute, Fanfare, add Gear of Ambition and Gear Remembrance in your hand. It adds both, so it's good. Evolve, you do it again. Not really necessary because you want to evolve another card more, but this is nice to have. This card, UD Maiden Reborn, Fanfare draw card, good. Again, evolve, again, crest UD Maiden Reborn, countdown 3. At the end of your turn, if you have 5 cards or less in your hand, you draw a card. If you have at least 6, you restore 1 defense to your leader. She is just good. It doesn't matter if you're playing artifact or puppet, you will play this at 3 because this evolve crest is really good. It draws early game, it also gives you defense. This is really good. So next we have Puppet Shield, summon 2 copies of Enhanced Puppet. So because it summons, it might not be as good as just adding them to hand, but it's not the worst thing. So fourth is Rukina, Resistance Leader. Fanfare, add Guild Ambition and Guild of Remembrance. And then evolve, you summon a Striker artifact. So Striker artifact it has is a 5/1 rush. So this thing will be clear body. And then Fortifier artifact, not you. It's a 1/5 ward. So this will be your defensive measure. She's fine. The fanfare is fine, but there's no need to like evolve. Like you would much rather evolve UD than her. But if you need to clear board, she's not bad. Bullet from Beyond is just destroy something and then add your gear to your hand. So it's just good. Mecha Cavalier, Ward, Evolve Summon Mecha Cavalier, Super Evolve Summon 2 instead. This is like the worst card in the whole card list. It doesn't work with either puppet or artifact, so yeah, this is no different than this is not good at all. So next we have Dirt Metal Mercenary, Fanfare Summon Fortifier Artifact. So 5/5/5 to summon a Fortifier isn't bad, but because he doesn't generate artifact either, he's not really that good. Especially because the one he summoned, Fortifier, is Ward. Ward is just worse than Rush, because Rush you can clear your opponent's board, but Ward you're just trying to stall. If you're trying to stall, you're better off just like hitting your opponent's follower. Especially because the next card, like this card, is just so much better. Alouette, Doomright Ward. You fanfare get both here, which is good. Evolve. You select an artifact in your hand that costs 5 or less and summon an exact copy of it. This is good. Like UD and this will be your main evolve target. So whichever you choose depends on the situation. You can choose this if you want rush, but more often than not, you would choose between alpha, beta, or omega, depending on the situation. If your opponent set up a board and you need to clear, you go with gamma, not omega, omega. If your opponent doesn't have a board and you need to heal, you go with beta. Or if you want to if you want to survive more, you use alpha to just restore 3 defense. This is more of an aggro push. This is more of like healing. Either way, you choose one or the other. Like you get them for free. More often than not, you're probably going to summon Gamma because it's just a free AoE damage. But she's a must. She's going to be a 3-off. She's really good. So next we have Doomright Resurgent, which is basically her spell. Select 2 artifacts in your hand that cost 5 or less, summon, copy each, and they get destroyed at the end of your opponent's turn. This is good because you will never ever want to like call this like ominous artifact from hand because they're not worth it. 5 costs for what they do is not worth it. But if you can play 5 costs to get 2 of them on board, it might actually be worth it. Because Gamma clears board, Alpha heal, Beta can like ping your opponent for damage. This is pretty good. So we also have Ancient Cannon, which fanfare generate gear. That's already pretty good. And then this is a permanent amulet, which also says whenever you fuse, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. That is actually very good because you play this at 5. So on 10/5 you play this, so you can't clear anything. But then you just fuse like crazy and then just deal damage non-stop. So you also get to clear void just by fusing without hauling anything. This is actually really good. You might play 3 just to see one copy, but subsequent copy is just pointless. Next is Mechanized Piece. This is useless. Noah, Threat of Death, Fanfare. Add 3 copies of Puppet to your hand. Give all puppetry follow in your hand +1/+0. This is actually good. You get 3 puppet to your hand and you give all puppetry, meaning puppet and enhanced puppet. This is actually good because with puppet you're building towards Orcus. So next we have Sylvia, Garden Executioner. Fanfare, you either draw 2 or restore 4 defense to your leader. She's not bad, but Artifact already want to play Artifact stuff, and Puppet already want to like generate Puppet. So I'm not sure how good this is. Evolve, you destroy something, and Super Evolve, you destroy 2 instead. This isn't bad. Like she's not a bad card. The only issue is just how much she would actually work with Puppet and Artifact inside one. She has a better chance of working with Puppet than Artifact because of just how much Artifact won their own engine. And now Orcus, which is your endgame for Puppet, your finisher. So Funfair, she summoned Lloyd, which is a puppetry follower, ward, and your opponent cannot select any card other than this one for ability. So if they can target, they are forced to target Lloyd. He's also a 1/6. And then Orcus have whenever allied puppetry follower enter the field, give it Storm and Bane. Storm and Bane is like your Lloyd, you get that thing becomes Storm. Any puppet that you enhance with this thing, they get Storm. Not only that, she can also super evolve to summon 2 copy of enhanced puppet, which is basically 6 damage Storm to face. So as long as she's alive, like Lloyd is ward, so he will protect Orcus. So that's basically the end game for Puppet. You want to just go Storm with Orcus. So you probably want to save your Super Evolve for Orcus, but she can work without it because this ability is already powerful. And next we have Ralmia, Sonic Boom. She's not an artifact, nor is she a Machina, she's just a normal card. But she has Fanfare. Select 3 artifact follower in your hand that costs 5 or less and summon an exact copy each. So you know what she does? You know this whole like alpha, beta, gamma? She basically summoned all 3 of them on turn 8, which is good because one will heal you by 3 damage, one will ping your opponent for 3 damage, and one will deal AoE damage for 3 damage. And then when you super evolve her, you give all allied artifact follower on the field +1/+1. So the +1/+1 depends on like, so because here's the thing, unlike with Doom, right? The artifact you summon doesn't disappear. So she's a 2/2. But now you have 3/6/6 body on your board. Your opponent will have to like try and clear that thing because otherwise 6/6/6/2. That's like 6 plus 18, 20. That's enough to OTK if they don't clear. Of course, this is mostly just building up so that you can actually get to your what's the word, artifact Omega. But this is your end game. This is your finisher. And Ralmia is how you survive from that super evolved turn until you get to your finisher. Because the 3, yeah, so that's it. So for Portalcraft, there are 2 distinct, like very different archetypes. There's Puppet, with Orchis, and then there's Artifact with Masterwork Omega, but seriously, it's really just going to be Ralmia for the most part. Like, you might see Masterwork Artifact a few times, but more often than not, Ralmia is going to be what you focus on until you get there. So with Puppet, you generate a lot of Puppet early game, and then you boost them up with this to give more attack. You also have something that give them Bane to just clear board, and then turn 8, you swarm them with Storm or Kiss. And then with Artifact, you basically generate Gear of Remembrance and Gear of Ambition while building up work and clearing stuff. And then when you get to turn 5, Alouette as well as Doomrat Resurgence will be like copying your ominous artifact into board. And then turn 8, you go into Ralmia to survive and clear board until turn 10. And then you go into your finisher, the artifact Omega. So for Artifact and Puppet, their power is very much locked behind the late game. They need to survive the early to the mid game, because if they get overwhelmed, they don't have much in the way of like actually winning in the mid game. They have to survive all the way to the late game. Thankfully, they have Yudi, which is good in both. She just draw and heal, like depending on the cards in your hand. Which, because both Artifact and Puppet generate card into your hand, more often than not, you're probably going to be healing your defense anyway. So yes, that will be it for set 1 Artifact. So that's set 1 Portal Craft. So yeah, that's it for like the whole set. Thank you for watching, like especially if you watch until the end. Thank you so much. The game will be released in less than a day, unless they extend maintenance. So look forward to deck showcase on like the different classes. I will probably do Artifact Photograph first, because that was and still is like my main deck. But I'll try and build every single deck depending on like, it depends on how fast I can build them really. If I can build them, I will do a deck showcase on them. So yes, that will be it. So have fun with your Worlds Beyond Shadowverse game, and see you next time.